Well, welcome back here with Accident Reflections, and this time we're going to have a look at the number 8 there, article number 8. And remember, there's an article that's going with this. Well, what is this one about? It's about the aircraft type happens to be an island or a British Norman Islander. It happens to be that. But the center of this discussion should be the mountains, clouds, and no problem but controlled flight into terrain. Great. So, your first time, welcome here. If you've been here before, welcome back. This is the aircraft involved in the accident, but at this stage of the game, it's no relevance to the arguments that's going to be led. First thing here that I'm saying with the accident relevant is there's 1 + 8 on board. That's heavy, man. That's heavy. For the twin is not a monster, so it can fly with that, but it's heavy. Flew from Mozambique to Kruger. It refueled, and that was, and then waited for the weather. Departed from New Tempe Airport, Bloemfontein, under the stress from the tower, from the owner. What do I mean? He then, under this pushing and pushing and pushing, we've got to go, we've got to get home. The pilot eventually started up and elected not to climb out for the IVE conditions, but to stay below and see if he can get through the mountains. See if I can get through. That already sounds wrong, okay? Because the if is the thing on both sides of the line. Flew below the cloud base of 1,500 feet and tried to use valleys to cross the mountain areas. To Vount Mountain in cloud, turned to avoid the crash, struck the trees, and it's a fatal crash. And here you can see there's nothing left and there weren't any survivors. All right, here we look at the accident sequence, and if you just take Kruger and Mpumalanga here, and let me see if I can't get us a little bit more of a red pen there, give us more, and then the accident site is here. He definitely didn't fly straight from here to there. There was a little bit of a valley flying until we got to that position. The exact path of the heli flying, or you know, with tracking, I don't know. And for now, it's got nothing to do with the reasoning that's going to follow. Okay, the pilot did not want to fly due to the bad weather, but presumed the aircraft owner, the pressure from the aircraft owner to fly to return to Bloemfontein for urgent business the next morning early. And the school starters, and there were many reasons to put pressure on. They then decided to fly below cloud, used valleys to avoid the cloud, possible wrong valley. I have thought about this quite a lot. What valley was the pilot looking for? He didn't know the area. So who in his ear said to him, no man, if you just follow that, you will get out. I've flown in this area quite a bit, and yeah, there are certain valleys that you could get through, but then you really have to know the area. It's not we will discover it on the go. There's no such thing. Okay, sad. Extremely sad. Yeah, let's just look. The pilot was IF rated, okay? Decided against the IFR flight plan due to probable insecure feeling with poor performance of the aircraft by the cloud or whatever. There could be 1,000 reasons. Probably got briefed about the valley that would allow him to go through. That is a tough one. All right, raising ground forced him to divert and climb, speed loss, inside cloud, and then inadvertent trying to get a visual flight, no chance to avoid the mountain. There's nothing new about this. Mountains, cloud, low-level aircraft. They don't mix. It leads to fatality 99% of the time, unless you are homegrown. But later on, we're going to do a review of an accident where the pilot knew that he flew that area many, many times. Yet this happened. So stuff happens. We have to be very careful. Now, this is by no means the cockpit of there. I've just put it in how these two guys are helping each other. But experience does not matter when it comes to very difficult. Whoa, experience does matter. Experience does matter. Does it matter? Yes, of course. Now, this pilot didn't have the experience. Was this a difficult task? Extremely difficult task. Peer or boss pressure is never a good thing. And the bosses never normally get away with this stuff. And I feel so sorry for somebody who is under pressure from a boss. There are many reasons, but if the owner or the boss of the aircraft and whose flight it is put too much pressure on the youngster, they will fold. And youngsters out there, listen, maybe even better to lose your job than to, you cannot. Because once you've done that, it's going to be expected the next time and expected the next time. Flying low level in the mountains are, well, definitely not a good idea. And remember, this is a poor performance aircraft. And here I say it again, and it will happen every time that we talk about most aircraft cannot outclimb a mountain. A mountain, if you are looking at the shape that it is, and you would look at the rate of climb that it requires if you're close to actually go over it, you will find that most aircraft, light aircraft that we fly, cannot do that. You'll need a fighter aircraft and, huge power. Most all accidents are very close to the summit, and we just didn't make it. Now I can tell you now that if 10% just didn't make it, then 90% just made it. So the problem is much bigger than what we actually are trying to tell each other. Flying low level with clouds covering some parts of the mountain, that is disastrous, because some cloud has got granite inside it. Some cloud has just got moisture in it and air. If you don't know which one it is, you're going to toss it up. It's going to be a 50-50. And we're going to do more accident reviews in the future, where we'll try and we'll see. Well, they tried and they saw, but too late, and then everybody dies. Careful about that. Flying up a valley is never a good idea. Please get it into everybody's head. To be dead only affects the living. Huh? Yeah. Remember, once you're dead, it doesn't affect you. It affects everybody else. Couple of recommendations. Okay, let's start off here. Never fly low level in the mountain areas. Okay, with low cloud covering the tops of the mountains or hills makes the problem 100 times more dangerous. There's nothing more that I can say to you. You cannot fly low level up valleys, especially if there's cloud, because you are going to fly in a corner where you cannot outclimb the mountain. And if you go into cloud, it just means that you're going to see the accident happening in front of you at a later stage. Well, okay, I know I'm a little bit over the edge here, but assertiveness is not easy. But you must learn to say no. Never plan to put yourself in a disadvantage. Listen to advice only if it compares with the fundamentals. Okay, dodging clouds. They are only nice when clear of mountains and with Mother Earth visual at all times. Hey, to fly dodgy with clouds is fun. That's a different story. Okay, that's high above the ground, and we did that with the fighter aircraft. Yes, no problem. It was planned like that, and it was, you know, we don't play dodgems with clouds. Now, if you put a cloud and you mix a poor performance aircraft and you mix a valley and you mix the mountain in there, I don't think, well, that's a recipe for disaster. So here, I say inadvertent IF is a death trap that few survive. Hey, but you've heard the story before. And then I just end off here with said, you can only see the halo on the clouds if you are clear of clouds. Nah, probably just too poetic at this moment in time. Yes, I'm very sorry, but I need for those that are still out there, especially the youngsters, to realize this is not a game. It's real. The dangers are real. The ramifications are real. Until next time.